Hello YouTube, back with the next My Little Pony video, and today I'm not doing a review, I'm doing more trivia from the G3 franchise, which is similar along the lines of the other video I did. I've got some more trivia here. First off, this is something I kind of learned, more recently, because there are two baby ponies that were released, but didn't have a name on them. In fact, you wouldn't know who they were until you rang them up at the register. They were only limited to Meijer stores. You remember what those stores were like. I never went into one, but that's where you can find them. They were not Target exclusives. They were Meijer stores. I think it's a discount store chain, one of those type of stores. But these also were unique because they also had cartoon artworks. None of the other baby ponies I've seen thus far have any cartoon artwork at all. So these two were definitely unique, among both the fact that they did not have a name printed on them and the fact that they had a cartoon image. None of the other ones did. Even the ones further back, they did not have a cartoon image. Even some of the G3 ponies, the more adult ponies, didn't have them either. So even they're kind of trumping some of the ones that were either released beforehand. And I guess arguably, yes, these are also more of the wintry types. But at the same time, it seems a little inconsistent that Hasbro would not put their names on there. I find it kind of strange when I first looked them up. It's like, okay, they're listed with this name. Where did that come from? Evidently, it's from when we bring them up to the register, and that's what came up. I'm not sure why Hasbro decided not to print their names on there. I don't think it was due to a printing error, because that would be maybe they just wanted to make it a little more unique. Maybe they just, I don't know. But yeah, that kind of makes those two unique. And then we have, I think one of the bits of trivia I think I forgot to mention in the first one. I was trying to think of what it was. It's Sunset Shimmer from Friendship is Magic and Sun Shimmer. You notice the similarity in their names? It's not just their names. If you look at their appearances, they're pretty similar to each other. Sun Shimmer, which is a promotional pony from the G3 franchise, was just red and more of a gold color. A lot like Sunset Shimmer, although Sunset Shimmer has the extra yellow in her hair. Some possibility these two were actually based off of one another. Obviously, the Sunset Shimmer would have to be based off of Sun Shimmer because Sun Shimmer came first. Well, several years after the release of Sun Shimmer. I think she was the mail order pony you got first, and then when she ran out, they had another one to take her place, or vice versa. I don't remember which it was, but I know she didn't didn't stick around too long. I know the mail order ponies were in high demand and low supply, which had a consequence of its own. But yeah, that's kind of a little trivia I think I wanted to bring up there. So apologies if you watched the other video and that was not really news to you, but it's going to be news to someone, I'm sure. The next thing on the list is that G3 actually had comics released in the annuals every year, and they might have been in the Sparkle magazines as well. I never read those. I know in the very least the annuals had them, because I managed to confirm that from viewing the comics. And yeah, they're riddled with typos throughout throughout each of the pages. I don't think they're all every single panel has a typo. I think there's a typo every once in a while. But one thing that's a little strange about the comics is they show the ponies behaving a little bit differently than they otherwise would. They actually get angry towards each other. Pinkie Pie was the only one to have any anger in A Very Minty Christmas, but she quickly turned it back. So we don't, it's certainly possible they could be, but they were never shown to be genuinely angry for any reason at all, even if it was a major problem occurring. Granted, they didn't really have any, super major problems. It's possible the movie that would have been released would have featured that, but we don't know. It was never released. They never even got past, we don't know how far they got into the movie thing before they were scrapping it, but yeah, the comics they're definitely a different take on it. You get to see characters that were not featured in anything else, like Star Swirl. She's in this as well, the G3 version, not the Friendship is Magic version, because that didn't exist, and I'm sure very people have that version because it was so hard to obtain. It was I think you had to buy it with some playset or something. She was included with something. You couldn't buy her individually. But it's an interesting look at it. It does feature most of the usual activities that the ponies would go through. It's nice to see characters that you don't get didn't get to see anywhere else. And Star Troll's nice. That was the one that got me started in My Little Pony in the first place. So that was nice to see her getting some little sort of screen time. I mean, I guess ink time if you really want to get that far. I think that's basically what it was. It was printed. And let's see. I know there was one other one I wanted to bring up. That was. I'm probably gonna remember it after I upload it. There's one that I wasn't sure about. I think, what was it? Oh man, I had it before I started this video. Now I can't seem to remember what it was. I suppose it would have helped me to write it down, but I remember 3 out of 4 without even having to. Okay, I guess I got one that I can do. I don't know if it's... A lot of people probably already know about it, but some may not. That the voice actors that you know from Friendship is Magic also did voice acting in G3. Like, Tabitha St. Germain did Minty. And we know Kathy Westlock did Rarity back in the day. I think someone totally different did Spike. I think a lot of the characters that... and Andrea Libman also did Zipsy in the G3 franchise, in the G3 Breezy. So yeah, I'm sure by the next time I do one of these videos, I will have the trivia that I've forgotten this one. So yeah, that's my review. That's my little part 2, if you want to call it that, of the G3 My Little Pony trivia. Thanks for watching.